A very, very good evening to you all and welcome back to the channel. I'm on my third shift of the week and everything's going swimmingly. However, tonight I've got 2 runs up to workshop, which I'm not too bothered about. I've got a long one tomorrow and then the next night needs to be a short one because I'm off up to the golf course with a couple of guys and we're going to try and break par on my Texas Scramble level par challenge. So yeah, we're going to try and do that with Chris and Woody. Hope you're having a fantastic week, by the way, and thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. We are still at 200 and hopefully the figures will get higher because more people will subscribe. I'm sure they will in the future. So what's been going on in the world? Well, all the talk at the moment and all the rage and all the rave at the moment is about Ukraine, America, what went off in the Oval Office and blah blah blah, and Europe standing up for Ukraine. And I've been to Ukraine. I went to Ukraine whilst I was in the military. We was on a shared experience with the Ukrainian people, and the Americans were there as well. And from from what I could see of the country, it was like a third world country. We drove through Poland and then onwards into Ukraine. We left Poland, which Poland is a beautiful country, and into Ukraine, which is an absolute shithole. It really is. The roads, you think the potholes are bad here, crikey, it's like a third world nation, and they are so corrupt. The police, the military, they're just so bent, and they're on about with I think there was an article that came out from the New York Times about Europe and the contributions that Europe have put in to defending Ukraine or giving military aid to Ukraine, and what Donald Trump says that he's given more money to Ukraine than anybody else, than the whole of Europe, which isn't true. Obviously Europe, there's a lot more countries in there. They've contributed a lot more than what the US has, but the US are one country on its own that has contributed billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, whereas Europe are many countries. There's not one country in Europe that could sustain Ukraine and put as much money into Ukraine as what the US has done. Now that's my point. If it says like the US has put more into Ukraine defense than any other country in Europe, it'd have been right. It'd have been dead on, because there's not one, like I say, there's not one country. And the UK have pledged, as we all know, 3 billion a year for the next 100 years. So my question is, if there's peace to be bought in Ukraine, which it should be because the killing's been going on for 3 years, there's devastation, land's been lost, cities have been lost, people's lives have been lost, displacements, there's refugees all over the world. If there was put peace in Ukraine and in Europe between Russia and Ukraine, are we still obliged to give Ukraine 3 billion a year for the next 100 years? Should we still do that? I don't think we should. We have enough going out for foreign aid, and we've stopped quite a bit of it going to foreign aid and being finally put into our forces, which is long overdue. So yeah, that's my question. Should we still give them 3 billion a year for the next 100 years if there is peace in Europe? If the war stops, Russia takes it, because at the end of the day, it's all about land. That is all it's about. Russia wants its land back, and Ukraine has got to give up some of its sovereignty. Yep, it's a shame, and I think that's where the bartering is going to be. That's where the deals are going to be made. It's all over land, and obviously US want the minerals more than anything else in the world. The Ukraine is enriched with a lot of minerals that America are after, and that was a deal that he was trying to give to that idiot of a politician. And I saw a clip. I think it was his foreign secretary, when he was talking, she was like, oh God, no, and she just kept shaking her head, and she was probably thinking, what the hell have we got as a president? He's an idiot. And it was absolutely ridiculous. He didn't need to do that. And then You know, you see him a few days later. Yeah, he meets up with you know, our illustrious leader that is costing the taxpayer hundreds of thousands, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions a year. Yeah, so he meets up with him. Obviously gets another deal, and then has tea with the king at Sandringham, still dressed in the same gear as what he was when he met with Donald Trump. He still had the fatigues on, he still had combat boots on. I mean, the guy's an absolute idiot. Absolute. He's visiting a monarch of Great Britain, and he tips up in slacks and a sweater. I mean, this is how disrespectful this guy is. He's got no concept at all about being a leader. Anybody else that goes to the White House or that visits a monarch would go looking presentable, smartly dressed, in a suit and a tie, shiny shoes. That is the way that a diplomat is supposed to express themselves when they're meeting other world leaders. He just looks like a tramp, and the king has open arms and greets him in. It's just, the Queen would not allow that. She told him to get out and get changed. I'm sure she would. There's no way that she would have allowed that. Right, and so that's my point of view. That's my political stuff out of the way. Yeah, there's I'm hoping that Friday might be the day. There's three of us. There's three of us that are going to try this challenge that I set off. I set last year with me and Woodhead. We played quite a few courses. I think the closest we got was 2 over. Which was amazing. I thought it was brilliant. I thought I think it was at the Nottinghamshire that we played the very first time, but I think with 3 of us, I think we might smash it. I think we might actually do it. I really do. And and I've maintained this, and I really will try harder to get down to 4 nights. There's a lot going off with the contracts at the moment, and but we'll wait and see. It's something that I've got to really look into. But yeah, that's if I can do that, I can do a lot more filming, because at the moment my golfing videos are getting quite a lot of hits, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, long may it continue. Yeah, if, like I said before, if you're a trucker that plays golf, or you're a golfer that drives a truck, smash that subscribe button and come and join the channel. It will be absolutely awesome. Let's see if we can get up to 300 within the next couple of months. Who knows? And I'd appreciate it even more if you go and visit my website, DaleThompsonGolfing.com. Come join the community as well, like I've always maintained in the past. You know, you jump on there. All you need is your name and your email address. You'll become part of the community, and you can send me whatever crap you've got, good, bad, ugly, funny, hilarious, sad, whatever stories you have, whatever videos you've had, whatever clips you've got, photos, and I'll upload them to the website, and they'll be there for the world to see. So right, I'm going to hook up to my trailer, and I'm going to take a nice slow drive up to Worksop, I think, and then a nice slow drive back, have a bit of a rest, and then do the same again. Right, if you're out there driving, drive safe, look after yourself, and watch out for those lunatics, because they are all over the frigging place. Like, subscribe, please drop me a comment on anything I've covered, and I'll see you for my 4th shift tomorrow. Cheers, guys.